Alright guys, welcome back to my new video, which is a frame-by-frame analysis of the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga official gameplay trailer from Gamescom 2020. This sort of video is something that Jax Films did with the Cats trailer. And this video is probably like an hour long, and I know no one is going to watch it, and it will probably get like 30 views, but I really want to make this video for some reason. So yeah, here we are, we're going to analyze this whole video frame by frame, so let's start. So in the beginning there is 1 second of just black frames, so we're going to have to press my skip frame button here, but this is all part of the analysis, so we can't just skip ahead. Okay, so here we go. So 1 second in, exactly 1 second in, we get this. Visit esrb.org for rating information. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever heard about ESRB, but I guess people are going to, most people probably have, or haven't. I have no idea. Let's move ahead. Not a lot is happening here, so I'm just going to start pressing. It's actually been a whole second now, without any difference whatsoever. So I have no idea how long this this note is going to stay here. Alright, so actually after 2 seconds it actually disappears, and now it's just a black screen again for, I would assume, 1 whole second again. So we're going to have to press this button way faster. Press. Yeah, okay. So actually, about here it actually starts. So now we can see the 2 moons starting to fade in. I am not that much of a hardcore Star Wars fan that I know exactly which moons these are, or which planet he's on, but I guess it's... I mean, knowing the planet, I should probably know the planet. Alright, so now we get to see the planets much clearer, okay. They are starting to get less compressed and pixelated and becoming way more HD as we go, and much clearer in the color as well. So these are the 2 suns, and they are just 2 circles, to be honest. They are not made of Lego or anything. One is yellow and orange. They kind of look like 2 like ping pong balls. Like ping pong balls comes in 2 colors, and one is orange and one is white. And these both kind of look like that, in my opinion. So maybe they use 2 ping pong balls to make these. Who knows? Not a lot is happening here. I feel like they aren't changing that much. I guess it's just so we can see the 2 suns right now. So they're just going to be on the screen for a couple of frames with no difference. So I'm going to start pressing a bit faster here. But we're still analyzing it frame by frame. So there's no skipping ahead until we reach the end. Alright, so about this frame right here, we get our first look at the Luke minifigure, or the Luke character in this game. And as you can see, it's really nice. You can see the sun reflecting on the Lego pieces, and it actually looks kind of realistic. He also has this kind of like beard, I guess. I don't know if that's supposed to be his chin or his beard, but it kind of looks like a beard to me. And I don't think he had a beard, but whatever, man. Maybe it's just his chin. Loki looks like a beard though. I mean, it's the same color as his eyebrows and here. Did he have a beard? He did not have a beard. What am I even talking about? Alright, so he's like sighing and looking up at the moons. There's a motion blur, and then it gets crystal clear. Motion blur, clear. Motion blur. No, I don't know, but yeah, it seems like he's moving around. There's a bit of motion blur. He's tilting his head a bit to the side. He's taking another deep breath, it seems like. The reflection is consistent. It seems like the scene is starting to fade out, and it's going to become black again. As you can see here, the YouTube compression is doing its work. It's almost just black and white here. And now he's completely gone. Move ahead a couple of frames. I don't know why I'm doing this. This isn't as fun as I thought it would be. This is just a waste of time. Alright, now we can see something here. It's starting to appear. It's a Lego break. Alright, he's training with Yoda. This is Luke training with Yoda. He is lifting R2-D2, who is a bit dirty on the body, and it seems like he has a little green stain on his head as well. Anyway, he is rotating around Luke together with 3 other Lego objects, which are going to get revealed soon. Yoda is just standing here. I don't know if that's like a new print on his like back. I'm not that sure. I don't really know a lot about Lego figures, to be honest. But it definitely seems like a cool Yoda figure, to be honest. And we're just going to move ahead here until we can see the images a bit better. Oh, I just noticed as well that Luke has mud on his foot, which is quite an interesting detail right there, which also reflects light, so that's really nice. Alright, so here is an image of Luke, Leia and Han Solo with some writing on it, and I'm not quite sure if that's like an actual language or if it's just a bunch of like lines. But if anyone could translate that, feel free to leave a comment down below. And now we get to see another piece of the floating items. And this is... I'm not 100% sure, but I read somewhere that they were supposed to be like a reference to the person doing sound effects. I think they're called Pop. So that might be the reference to that. I don't really know. And now I just realized this last triangle piece is probably supposed to be a paper airplane, like a paper aircraft that he has folded, that he's lifting around. I'm not 100% sure that's what it's supposed to resemble, but it kind of looks like it now that we're looking at it frame by frame. So we're 10 seconds in. And I have been analyzing this for 7 minutes. Do I even have time to do this before school? I need to go to school soon, man. Whatever, man. We do have time, I hope. Otherwise, let's just continue the analysis when I get home, man. So, not that much interesting is happening now. We have already seen all of the images. Nothing new to discover. And the scene fades to black. Seems like Luke just got completely frozen there in the end. He didn't move at all. Maybe he didn't move at all in the entire scene. Fades to black. Now it fades back up. And we see Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker standing right here on some sort of platform, about to have a lightsaber fight. And we can actually see that the buttons on Darth Vader's suit is glowing, or are glowing. Sorry for that grammatical mistake right there, but the red and green buttons are glowing, it seems like, which is really nice if that's actually part of the game. And then once again, the plastic pieces of the Lego figures reflect light like they would in real life, which is very awesome. Seems like Luke is moving ahead. He's bending his Lego leg like as if he had a leg. And now he's igniting his lightsaber, and it's extending and it's lighting up the scenery. Darth Vader seems to be igniting his lightsaber here as well. The light is starting to come out of it, reflecting on his suit and on Luke, and there it is extending just a little bit more. Now it's about half the size of the normal lightsaber, and soon it should be fully extended, about right there, I think. So there we go. Now he's they're not going to fight. It's actually just going to fade black again. And there is a completely black frame. Actually, a couple of completely black frames that we're just going to quickly pass through. And now it fades back up, and we are in the Phantom Menace episode. And it's the pod race. So we can see a couple of contestants here. We can actually look at the audience up there on the arena kind of thing, and they all seem to look the same. Actually, it seems like most of them are just copy pasted. There is a couple of different characters that are repeated all over the place. The sand looks like sand, and well, there are some Javas here helping. Not that much to say. There is some other guy competing here next to Anakin, which you can't really tell. Alright, now Anakin just appeared out of nowhere. He was kind of camouflaged with the sand. He's here, I guess, so I couldn't really see him. And now I notice a Java riding on some sort of creature to the left, right behind the other contestant in this pod race. So Anakin is just getting prepared here, and Qui-Gon Jinn is just standing right next to him. And now it cuts to a close-up. And here we can see that Qui-Gon is wearing some sort of textile cape thing. And we can also see that Anakin has freckles, and he also has a tiny beard, which I now assume is a chin, because he should not have a beard. Kind of weird using that color for the chin, in my opinion. Whatever. We can see the Java eyes glowing in the background while Anakin puts his helmet on. Even though he's wearing here, he puts his helmet on. And we can actually see that he has a copyright Lego stamp on his right arm. On the inner side of his right arm. Did that just appear? It kind of just appears in this frame right here. So here you can barely see it. I don't even think it's right there, if it's there, and now you can see it in this frame, and this frame makes it really clear. And now it kind of disappears. And it puts on the helmet right here in this frame. This is a very quick change right there. So he takes the hair off, and he gets glasses for some reason, which is kind of interesting. He gets happy, and his helmet is actually covered in sand. As we can see, there's a bunch of sand all over the helmet, which is a nice detail once again. Very nice. Well done, actually, TT Games. Just like the mud on Luke's foot in the other scene. And now he gets ready to drive off, I guess, to start the race, and the screen fades to black. Very interesting. Alright, now it fades up again, and I think this is some gameplay of the pod race level, which I guess is a playable level in the game. So, some of the rocks around you seem to be built out of Lego, while some are just made out of rocks, I guess. There is a couple of like red stop things here, kind of like in the complete saga, that you have to pass through, I suppose. It seems like a button here or something like that, which is some stuff that you will have to pass through, I assume. And he basically just runs forward here. We can see the Lego build looking kind of cool, kind of out of place in this hyper-realistic world, but still very nice. We can see the little lightning things going between his front part of the pod. We can see some other player, or probably an NPC, because it's not really multiplayer as far as I know, just appearing in front of him. And there is something on the floor here. Does that seem like a booster that gives you more speed? It does seem like that to me. It just disappeared right there. There it is. Now it disappeared. Maybe it's a pile of water which just reflected light. I don't know, and it doesn't seem like we get to find out as the screen fades to black again. Moving on now, we got Obi-Wan. I really hope I'm not saying this wrong. That would be very embarrassing. We got Obi-Wan with his cape physics right here. Really nice scenery in the background. Look at that, sky and water. You can even see a couple of birds flying around. Very cool, very cool. There's a very nice lamppost here actually, if you want to build that in your little Lego world in real life maybe. You can just copy that from here. The robe looks really nice. It does a couple of spins with his lightsaber. And the plastic pieces he's made of.
Initiated.
What the heck just happened? Okay, my headphones are about to shut off, so I guess I'm going to have to do something to prevent that. No, wait, actually, it doesn't even matter if they shut off. Let's just allow them to shut off. I'm going to shut them off myself.
Shutdown cancelled.
Oh, wait.
Powering off.
Okay, whatever, man. Let's move on. So, not that much is happening other than that. There's sort of a red bird up here. Kind of interesting. And some purple banners there or something like that. A couple of lights here. Street lights. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, now it cuts to a battle. Which also seems like gameplay from the game. Very nice. Here's a couple of items. There's an apple here and a blue apple or something. It seems like a few studs. Not really the ones that you collect though. There is a wheelbarrow here or something. I don't really know what this is supposed to look like. But it's filled with a bunch of little studs. There's 4 pillars visible made out of Lego that you probably can destroy. There's a little thing right here by the gate that you can destroy. And then there is super battle droids and other droids. I guess battle droids. There is some footprints right here in the sand, worth to note. The sand looks really cool. There is a shadow here as well. You can see a lightsaber there and lightsaber there. And he's running pretty insane. He's spinning his lightsaber. I know he's going to use his force push ability right here, kind of like a Star Wars Battlefront. Yoda has like a unleashed power, which he's doing it right now. He pushes his left hand back, charge up some power right here. And he should be unleashing it right now. There's a gun here. I saw the shadow before, but now there is a pistol as well showing. I guess that's Padme. Yes, it is. Here Padme comes into the picture. While this guy, which I assume is... I'm not even going to give a statement about that. Alright, now he unleashed the force push. So, all of the droids break into pieces. Which is actually a feature in this game that if you like cut with your lightsaber, cut off their arm will fall off. Which is really, really awesome. And we can see that little blue chick. I have no idea what she's called. Whatever, man. We can see her in the background. And these droids are just going everywhere, man. They just got split into so many pieces. Yeah, and there's a couple more Jedis here. There's something that you can ride, it seems like, back there. Some sort of monster. And it seems like this is like half of the arena. It seems like it's twice as big. And then it fades to black. So, let's move ahead again. Not that much to say here. Alright, now it starts to fade up again into color. And it's the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Really nice lava right here. The lightning looks great. The lighting looks great. He's riding on some sort of trash can robot. A robot carrying a trash can. Looks really awesome. Definitely looks way better in real time than frame by frame, but this is how we do it here. So there's a bunch of small like particles, and the lava makes the ground start burning. Oh, it cuts to a close-up of Obi-Wan fighting Anakin, and we can actually see that Anakin has yellow eyes in this fight. So the lightsabers are being pushed against each other, leaving some particles, and then there's a huge light flash as well. And it gets back to the fight, and we can see the yellow eyes very clearly here. The scenery behind them starts to get a little bit darker. The lava looks hyper realistic. And it's going to skip a couple of frames ahead. No facial expression changes from Anakin here. And yeah, they are clashing their lightsabers together. The lava is just flowing around them. It's looking really, really good. He's wearing a cape, Anakin. Obi-Wan is not wearing any cape. And I don't know what else to say. It cuts to the Emperor just looking at them with his yellow eyes as well, and a couple of clones behind him. They seem to be sitting on some sort of structure. The clone to the left of him is holding a fishing rod, and it seems like the clone to his right, or actually to our right, his left, is also holding a fishing rod. And let's see what they are fishing for. The Emperor looks really, really happy with the situation. Kind of like Mr. Burns in The Simpsons doing the excellent thing. He kind of looks like that. And now we get to see what they are fishing for, I hope. Seems like he threw his rod out to fish something up. The Emperor and the other clone is just like standing there, not doing anything. And now the Emperor is moving his head a bit. And now we get to see what they are fishing. So they are actually on the Emperor's starship. Or something. They're on a starship. I actually have that in Lego. Like in real Lego. That's kind of cool. And they are actually fishing up Anakin's body parts. Which is kind of gruesome, actually. Like, if this wasn't Lego, this would look like really, really fucked up, man. But this is Lego now. His hand is falling off, man. His hand. This hand. Whose hand is that? They forgot the hand, man. It fell off his arm. Wait, what? And now it got sucked up. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you guys see that? The hand literally got sucked up from the ground. Like, it was not connected to anything and then it just flew up. That might be because... I don't know. I don't know why that might be, actually. I guess that might be a mistake. Let's look at that again. Actually, let's not look at that again. We're actually spending way too much time analyzing this. We're 26 seconds in, but we're 22 minutes in the video. Here we have Darth Vader, or Anakin, lying on the bench, becoming Darth Vader. We can see the his chest plate is actually very nice looking. It has textures. It is 3D, and it's reflecting the light really nice. And Anakin is kind of looking like, oh no, I'm about to die here or something. I don't know. His face is kind of messed up, and now something is covering it. It's starting to grow a big shadow above his head, and it seems like he's going to put the Darth Vader mask on. It even seems to be have a red light on the inside of the mask. And he's just kind of getting more afraid, I guess. And then the video fades out to black, so I guess the mask is red on the inside, maybe. If they actually put on the mask there. I think they did, because in this next scene we get to see Darth Vader standing in front of a hallway, which someone pointed out that this kind of looks like the Rogue One scene more than the scene from A New Hope, which I agree with, because it doesn't really look like A New Hope. So this might mean that we get the Rogue One maps in the game as well. Can you guys hear that? There is like a bird outside. And we can actually see the Lego logo on the studs at the floor, which is kind of cool, I guess. They're putting their logo in the game. The lightsaber extends, and there's a bunch of particles falling from the sky for some reason. Whoa, what happened there? Everything is turned red as hell, man. And the lightsaber completely extends. It keeps zooming in on his face. Some particles is falling down and reflecting on his helmet, and he just looks awesome. Really nice scene. Can't wait to play this game. What else is going on right now? I don't know. Particles are falling down. Not that much is happening. It's just a really nice scene, to be honest. Alright, now it starts to fade out again. And there it turns black. Is there a way for me to pause the recording? Because I will have to go to school and then continue it when I come back. Alright, now it starts to fade up again. And here is actually a kind of like a secret. 2 secrets actually, so it starts to fade up again. This is the part where R2 shows the Leia message, I guess. And we can see Luke in the background holding a pair of underpants. Underwear, I guess. And we can also see C3po on the Leia disappears for 1 frame. And it makes it even clearer that C3po is having an oil bath in the back of the hologram. I think it's in the hologram at least, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's in real life. I don't know if it's in the hologram or if it's outside behind the hologram. I don't know, but it's C3po having a bath in oil, scrubbing his hands with a brush, and has a like bath hat or something on to protect his hair, I guess. And now it's just gone. So I guess that's in the background, so it's not actually in the hologram, which makes way more sense. Because now it cuts to this scene where Leia is just standing there and talking, being like, oh, you're my only hope, or whatever, you know. That scene. Not that much happening here. We can see R2-D2's like backside of his head. And now we get into some juicy gameplay again. We get to see how it feels like shooting in the game. This is kind of like in the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. He shoots, the stormtrooper gets hit in the foot, I was about to say. Whoa, he just kind of freaking disappeared here. Boom, then he's just gone and explodes into pieces. Whoa, we actually like... What is going on with that guy, man? Then he shoots the other trooper as well. No, he actually misses, because he's shooting at the same trooper. Now he shoots the other trooper. We cannot see a head back here. We cannot see a duck or something on top of this. Some couple of builds here. There's a golden bars here, so you probably have to figure out a way to open these doors by destroying those golden bars. Then there is a couple of red buttons here, which you can probably just break. Then there is another stormtrooper right here. You can only see his helmet, and there's a helmet on the floor. Kinda nice. I really hope there is the stormtrooper in a swimsuit or bath suit. You know, that was epic from the original games. And now we get to this part, which is Luke trying to destroy the Death Star. And he's just flying here. There seems to be a bunch of stuff on the walls that you can shoot and destroy. And you also have to shoot straight ahead to destroy these massive towers, so you can fly through them. And it will look really awesome, because all of the particles are coming out and all of the parts are exploding. And then your spaceship will just go through it and boo! And it's actually rotating the spaceship as well, just to make it look even better. Wow. Not quite sure why you would do that. Is that studs? Is this studs? I think this is studs. There's one stud here, one there, and one there, and there's a blue one here. So it seems like... And there is a golden one. And there's another golden one. And those studs get collected somehow. They're not going up into the left corner as expected. But I guess he just broke it that fast that he just went straight through. I mean, he has a pretty high velocity here, I would assume. Or maybe studs are now collected like to the player, like to you through the screen, and not up to the left corner as they used to be collected, which might be an interesting change. Then it cuts over to this part, which is Luke grabbing his X-Wing from the water with the Force, using the Force. And there's a bunch of vines just stuck to it, and yeah, not really that much to say here. It seems like his lightsaber hilt, or his lightsaber is kind of moving in the hilt as well, and he keeps moving his left arm a tiny bit while just having his right arm facing forward. Yeah, not really that interesting of a scene. Then we have this one on this planet, which I definitely know what it's called. And it's Luke riding this vehicle, chasing the troopers, and there's a bunch of stuff to break on this map. There is some nice trees, some bushes. It seems like the graphics aren't letting us down here either. This might actually be a really awesome game when it gets released. Yeah, not much to say. It's going pretty slowly, actually, to be honest. I mean, he's on a speedy thing, but it isn't changing that much from frame to frame. Alright, he starts to shoot. There's a bunch of little particles. I think he hit a trooper there. Not sure. And then it cuts to Yoda, who looks kind of funky, but I like him as well. I mean, he looks cool, man. And he's even a bit dirty on the hand. I don't know why. His staff here, whatever it's called in English, it looks kind of nice. And then we also have the Ghost Obi-Wan, which is just a transparent version of the normal Obi-Wan with kind of like an aura around him. And that looks really nice. He looks happy as hell, man. He's screaming, and Yoda is like, bruh, shut up, man, you're damaging my ears. Or something. Look how mad Yoda looks. And then Obi-Wan is like, hello! Or maybe he's singing or something. I don't really remember what happens in this scene. Yoda is like, what the fuck is this man doing? And then what the heck happened with his cape right here? Oh wait, it always looked like that. Alright, his cape is kind of really transparent. And then he's just happy, and Yoda is like, bruh. And then it cuts to this scene where they are captured. We get to see Han Solo, and we get to see Chewbacca with some handcuffs. We get to see Lando. We get to see this guard, and Luke is just happy as ever. And he kinda, what is he doing? He's jumping up. He catches the milk cartridge that R2-D2 threw to him, I would assume. It's sandy all over his pants, and this guard has also a really sandy staff. Han Solo also has sandy pants, which looks really nice. Then it cuts to a close-up of Luke, and we can see the Lego logo right here on his arm again. And he looks really smirk face or something like that. He gets the milk cartridge, which is actually this blue milk, which Luke Skywalker drinks in episode 8, The Last Jedi, I think. And this is also the animal that produces that milk, I think, but I can't really recognize it. But whatever, it's a blue milk from the 8th film. So he starts drinking it, and he actually spills some blue milk all over himself, as you can see right here. And we can also see his hand is also a bit dirty. And then he puts it down, and we can see that his faceplate has changed into this one with a blue milk mustache. And he looks even more happy about the situation now that he has consumed some blue milk, because we all know Luke likes blue milk. Then we get this scene of Leia and C3po with his red arm getting out of a spaceship, and Leia has her old face but her young hair on her head, And they step out of here, and R2-D2 is actually painting his arm red, it seems like. I don't know why he's painting it red, but it seems like he's using some sort of paint roller here to paint his arm red. We can see the Lego logo on these studs here as well. Then we have the bucket here that I assume C3po is using to get his color from. Leia looks a bit shocked. She's like, what? And C3po is like, what is going on here? Is she having a seizure? She's pretty old. What am I going to do? And Leia is like, whoa! And then C3po is still like, what the hell is going on? Should I call the ambulance? What is going on, man? And then Leia is like, I don't want this here. So she takes off her hair and puts it down. Which makes sense, because that here does not belong with this minifigure, because this is the old Leia minifigure, but she's wearing the wrong hair, as I said. So she puts that down, and C3po is like looking away, because, you know, you can't look when a woman is changing. That would be kind of ungentleman-like. We can see a little control pad right here in the background with a custom print, it seems like. And we can skip a couple of frames. Leia stands up again, still bald. So I guess Leia is bald, she just changes her wig or something. She looks kind of tired in this scene. Then she just like slams her hair on. Like, what is going on in these frames, man? Bam! It's like they did not know how to animate it. They just made everything blurry. Like, for real, they just put a filter and made her so blurry that you can't see anything. Then, bam! She just has the freaking hair on. And C3po is like, okay. Oh, he has actually painted like patterns on his arm, I think. Someone is calling my phone, but I'm just going to ignore them because this is way more important. And she's like fixing her hair. Looking kinda sick. And wait, C3po, what is happening with his arm? He accidentally dipped it in the bucket? Or what just happened? Yeah, I think he accidentally put his hand in the paint bucket, and now a bunch of red color just spills all over the place. While Leia is looking hella happy with the situation because she got her new hair. And C3po kinda looks dead inside, to be honest. He kinda looks like me on a Monday morning. After my cup of coffee. And now the screen fades to black. And now we get to see the minifigure of Rey. And Rey, she's like, what is going on? She's like blinking and stuff and moving straight ahead. And she's like, Luke Skywalker, I've been looking all over for you. Or something like that. I'm not quite sure, actually. She's kind of like just walking straight ahead. Now she's blinking again. Okay. Another blink. And now she's... Alright, now it cuts to this frame where we get to see who we assume to be Luke standing on this island which she has traveled to in The Force Awakens. And she has the lightsaber. She's like, oh, I have your lightsaber. And then we get to see this. The grass actually looks kind of nice, and it seems to be a bit muddy on the floor. So let's see if they added mud to the character's feet in this scene. Anyway, it's kind of really dramatic here. Oh, we can see the clouds actually. The clouds look kind of nice. And we can just skip ahead here. We have the flowers. There's a small amount of flowers on the floor. There is some rocks, which look really realistic as well. Like, this setting is way too realistic. Looks kind of weird sometimes, but it's awesome, so I really prefer it over anything else. He has a freaking hole in his cape, which gets even clearer when we get up front. It zooms in on the hood, and it's like this really dramatic scene. Extremely dramatic. And we're just moving ahead. It's really slow. It's so slow, man. I need to hear the sound of me spamming the frame by frame button. Alright, we get to see the head turning, and we get to see that something is not quite right there. And it spins around, and it's revealed to be these guys, which I don't know the name of. I really hope you can kill them in this game. And it starts screaming, and it's like, you know, the pickle reek. Oh man, now I lost a viewer. Someone was like, that's too cringe, man. Whatever, man. It's like two of these standing on top of each other, waving its wings as well. And the one below him is just like chilling with his eyes closed. No, never mind. Now he's like, he woke up. Then we get to see Luke coming in here, being all mad and stuff. He's like, what the heck is going on? Who stole my cape? I wanted to use that cape. And there's these fucking birds. I hate these birds. That's why they eat the birds later in the episode. They eat them. This is why. We know what now. Now we know why they hate them. Luke is like, give me my cape back. Not funny, not funny. And he has a really nice beard, and his hair, the hair kinda looks like the Dreamy from Shrek, or whatever it's called, the prince. But then he has a beard, and his clothes, or his pants and his shirt does not have printing on the sides, but they do have it on the front. He has a freaking mechanical hand or something. It's gray, and he's kind of like jumping. No, wait. Yeah, he's reaching for the cape and the hood, which I guess is stuck to the cape, and he just rips it off their body, or he tries to, but he can't. Oh wait, he can. Alright, so he just rips it off. Let's see how they managed to do this, actually. Maybe they just cut the scene, because how else would they... Like, the head has to pass through. They have to, like, dismantle the head of this. Maybe it just cuts off the head of the freaking bird. Alright, he's just pulling it, but nothing is happening. And now he also kicks the one at the bottom. He's like, hell nah, get the freak away from me, or something. He's taking some... Alright, there, he's just pulling it. He's still just pulling it. That is what's going on here. They are screaming, and then that's all we get to see. It's like trying to get his cape back, but he fails. The Jedi fails. Anyway, so we get a cut to this scene of Rey and Kylo Ren in Snoke's like chamber, and Kylo Ren ignites his lightsaber, and it's like really thick. It's like thick as hell, and he also has this like T lightsaber shaped like a T. And then they have these freaking royal guards or whatever, one with a chain coming in here, being all cool and stuff. And they're just looking around. The floor is really glossy and reflecting everything, with a bit of grain added to it. We have yeah, it cuts away right there. But we have the throne there of Snoke. I guess you get to kill Snoke or something, and it's all made of Lego. And then the room seems to be just kind of like a red tint all over the room as well, to make it look really nice. Wait, never mind. I want to check the leg piece right there on Rey. It looked kind of weird. Alright, we're almost halfway through. I might have to do this into a 2-part video, actually. But here we go. We have Poe Dameron chasing BB-8, and he's just like, ooh, ooh, and then he's like petting BB-8 on the head or something. And we get to see Lego stuff on the left side of the screen, but on the right side we see something that's not made out of Lego. And this seems like BB-8 is opening his like body here to reveal something. Or did he just open it for no reason? Alright, he just opened it for no reason. He's like, bruh, help me, or something. Or maybe he's happy, I don't really know. I don't speak droid opening his doors into his body. Whatever, man. We're just going to skip ahead. We saw like a hand, but I guess that hand doesn't really matter at all. As you can see right there, there is a hand just coming in from the right, but doesn't seem like it matters because they just cut it away. But that's interesting, I guess. So there's a bunch of other people there that we can't see, or at least one more person. Let's go back here. Alright, now it cuts to this scene of Finn doing some sort of Assassin's Creed stuff on a zip line. And there's a bunch of gears in the background or something. And he's just like chilling, he's just kind of like sliding down this thing. And we get to see the whole level, probably, with a bunch of Lego bushes that you can destroy. We see some stuff up there. We get to see this huge building there and another building here. There's a character right there that you probably have to kill or something. This tree is burning. There's something blue up there that might be like a mini kit or a secret or something, who knows? Or maybe it's just water. There's a spacecraft right here. There's another person. And there's a couple of yellow studs on this zip line. And white ones. I guess these are gold and silver ones that you actually collect when you slide on this thing. There's a bunch of boxes here. There's a character there and two small boxes right there. So he slides on top of these studs, and if our theory was correct, they should move directly towards the player, which I cannot confirm actually. But anyway, we get to this scene of some hair on the floor or something. I don't remember this. What the hell? Why is there hair on the floor? And then Rey is like, I have a knife. So Rey has a knife. We see Poe, Dameron, Finn, and BB-8, C3po, and Chewbacca in the background together with the Millennium Falcon. I guess it's not here. It's like fairy dust or like water. Yeah, it's water splashing up onto the mountain. Yeah. That is what it is. That's why I didn't remember any hair on the floor, man. It kind of looked like, why would there be a hair here? Here. What the hell am I even saying, man? So, it kind of feels like this analysis is getting less and less analytic. Rey blinks. There's some water splashes down there. And they all keep moving forward. And then it cuts to this scene where Rey sees the hiding spot for I think it's the key to something, like where Palpatine is located, that little map or something, which is in there. So there is a bunch of waves and it's foggy. The sky is cloudy. We get to see the back of Rey's head. And as usual, it's shiny and reflecting the light. Not that much to say about this scene, to be honest. It's kind of a boring scene to analyze frame by frame. It probably looks pretty epic in real time, but for me right now, kind of boring. Alright. Then it cuts to this part of the trailer where Rey is charging towards Kylo Ren while he's also charging towards her, and they are both on this like Lego space thing, and there is a Lego spaceship in the background, and yeah, it's all made out of Lego. There's a red light right here in the background, kind of interesting, that blinks. Maybe that's like a lever or something that you have to pull later after you have finished a fight. So this seems like some sort of boss fight. Maybe it's a lightsaber duel. which looks really nice. You can you can dash forward. He kind of cuts her in the head, it looks like, but I don't think he's... Rey actually blocks it with her lightsaber. And a bunch of particles appear. Ooh, they are sliding around each other. The floor is wet, as we can see. It's filled with water and reflecting light. Yeah, she's sliding around Kylo Ren right here. And it's just really insane if this is like actual lightsaber combat in the game. If you can do this sort of stuff in real time, this looks freaking awesome. So Kylo Ren is kind of backing off. He blocks with his lightsaber. And they both clash into each other again. There's a bit of lightning coming out of the lightsabers this time. That is my phone saying that I have to leave for school, which means that we are going to have to quickly end this analysis right here, and I'll make a part 2. We can even see BB-8 in the background right there. I even noticed right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to finish this analysis when I get back. So now I'm back, and it's actually been over 50 hours since I recorded the first part, so I'm not quite sure where we are, or I am exactly sure where we are, but I don't really remember where we left off. But we are on the fight scene with Rey and Kylo, and there is a BB-8 droid in the back, so I guess that's the second player for this this moment, because I guess it always has to be 2 players. So I guess one player plays as Rey in the story mode and the other person plays as the BB-8 one, and then you fight Kylo Ren as a boss fight right here. So I'm not quite sure what BB-8 is supposed to be doing here. Yeah, they're clashing their lightsabers, and it looks kinda sick actually. Kind of like a yellow light here. Sort of a distortion effect coming out there when they clash the lightsabers together. Really awesome. Yeah, definitely some sort of distortion effect here. It's a big bubble which just kind of expands around them. Kylo Ren almost looks like he's wearing chainmail armor in this one particular scene, or this frame. You can really see the hilt of the lightsaber, but not the lightsaber itself. It actually looks kind of invisible. You can really see Rey's lightsaber here. Kylo has his facial expression. He looks really angry. The floor is still reflecting, and there is a bunch of particles. It's looking really good, really good. Yeah, not that much else to say other than it looks freaking awesome. So we are just going to keep on moving a couple of pieces or frames. Move move. Hey, we can see the Lego logo on this brick down here, I think, in the right corner. I think I can see an O there, so it seems like all bricks in the game will have the Lego copyright, or the Lego text, the Lego logo on them, which is awesome, which is very like detailed. I guess it's a very detailed world. So here we have Kylo Ren still in the background, and Rey and BB-8 jumping over here, or I guess only Rey is jumping. It seems like BB-8 might be in some sort of launch pad to be able to launch himself over. There's some cannons in the background. The water is splashing all over the screen. The water is not made out of Lego, which might be something to note, I guess, if I have to say something about each frame, which I haven't. Alright, so Rey just flies through the air, jumping really far. I don't think you will be able to usually jump this far, so I guess this is some sort of, might be a cutscene or just some sort of special jump that you can do just at this portion of the map. But yeah, a pretty insane jump, not gonna lie. It's very far. She still has her lightsaber extended. Let's move out my cursor out of the screen. Yeah, she's about to land right now. Not that much to say. There's not a lot of things to look at. She's just slowly falling down. And she still has her lightsaber extended, BB-8, and Kylo Ren is still at the other platform, I guess. And so it cuts right before she lands. And we can actually see some sort of red-orange button here, something, which is kind of interesting. Then it turns black for a couple of frames. Actually, a bunch of frames. So we're just going to spam this button right here until something interesting happens. Alright, so then it starts to fade out, or fade up, fade out, I don't know, fade in. This scene of Luke and Leia and R2-D2 and C3po looking out over a galaxy with the Falcon flying right next to them. Alright, so C3po has something right here by his legs. I can't really tell what that is. So a red object and then like a yellow object that might be attached to it. Very interesting. So as you can see here, also the Millennium Falcon has these blue lights at the back that shine. It colored the bricks there for a while. The galaxy almost looks like Saturn, I guess. There's some particles coming out of the Millennium Falcon's back. C3po is pretty much frozen, and R2 and Luke are turning their heads, and then it fades to black again. And now it fades back to color, back to the scene, and we see Anakin and Padme just talking to each other for some reason. I don't really know what's going on in this scene. Anakin closes his eyes, apparently. Yeah, he starts with his eyes open and he closes them, and Padme is just staring at him like, what is going on right here? And he opens his eyes again, and now he looks like, hey, what's up? That's what he's doing. And then Padme is like, whoa. She can't keep eye contact with Anakin, so she just like turns her head around. Then she blinks. Interesting, like the Lego characters can blink, I guess. That's what we can take out of this little scene here. Then it fades to black, and it's actually not completely black, but it's a checkers pattern. I don't know if you can see that, but if you turn your brightness up, you might be able to see that it's a checkers pattern on the screen. Interesting. Then it fades back up, and we get this scene of Lando controlling the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca, that little bird thing, Finn, and some other girl that I don't really know who it is. A lot of buttons in the background. All of the red lights are actually emitting light, which looks cool. Kinda looks like Finn just threw the bird on the screen, and everyone is like, bruh, why would you do that? There we can also see the hallway for the ship, which looks kind of nice actually. And I don't know, everyone just dodged it. It seems like there is some yellow down here on Lando that you can see through his thing that he has around his head. Collar, that's what it's called, through his collar. Chewbacca is just blinking, and Finn is moving ahead. Lando is turning his head around. Not that much to say about that scene either. Then it fades to black again, no checkers pattern this time. And this time it's Rey on on the desert planet with a floating lightsaber, and there's a bunch of carrots all around her. BB-8 is holding a shovel, and yeah, she's burying something, probably a lightsaber. And then she catches the lightsaber hilt, or whatever it's called, like handle, I don't know. She catches the lightsaber, and the Javas in the background, they're just vibing. Then she kind of puts the lightsaber to her forehead, and then it starts to light up in this yellow color. Bam! It's extending, emitting light. Even the carrots are reflecting the light. Very cool. The Java's eyes are glowing in the background. BB-8 has, I guess BB-8 has a glowing part right here. The eye might be glowing as well. Kind of hard to tell if it's actually glowing or if it's just red. One Java steals a carrot in the background, and they all jump inside of the hut again. So I guess the Javas were hungry and they wanted to steal a carrot. So this Java just jumped up into the air and tries to run in the air, but is not able to run in the air. Oh, except for there. Bam! Instantly gets inside, but drops the carrot again. Oh no. Very pointless of stealing that. Alright, then it cuts to a close-up to Rey's face, and she's just looking at the lightsaber, which is probably not very good for the eyes, man. I believe the lightsabers are pretty bright, so she might actually damage her eyes doing this, so I wouldn't recommend trying that out yourself. That would be unfortunate. She even has some dirt all around. Like, it's so cool that the characters aren't even clean. Like, there's so much pattern right here on her. Or maybe it's just dust on my screen, but it's she's like dirty on top of her. It's like dust on the Legos parts. Kind of awesome, to be honest. Alright, so she's just like blinking, and she brings her left hand to her heart, and she's like, wow, I am a Skywalker. And now her hand is also dirty right there, as you can see. And we can also see the part of the Lego copyright down here on the other arm, I just realized, which is really nice. Let's keep moving forward. It fades to black again, of course. The usual scene transition. Alright, it's black for a while, then this scene fades up, fades in. We get to see the Millennium Falcon on a sunset background, like it's like sunset clouds here or something, and the Millennium Falcon passes through the middle cloud right here, does like a cool little flip here or whatever, and then I think it starts rotating. The sky isn't really changing that much. The only thing changing here is the Millennium Falcon, basically. And then it rotates and keeps on moving towards the camera, I guess. Or not really towards the camera, but passes right next to it. Alright, then it cuts to this scene of just a bunch of stars. Then a blue light starts to appear in the middle of the stars. Starts getting stronger and stronger. And then it says a long time ago in a very epic text. Not a lot to say about this text. It kind of expands for a while. It's not completely still at any point. It keeps expanding slowly, very slowly. The blue light seems to kinda go out, I guess. Like, it's not as intense in the end as it was in the beginning. Then it cuts to this scene where this spaceship is shooting at this AT-80, I think it's called. Please don't hate me if I said the wrong combination of letters right there, but it flies towards this. Alright, now on this map we can see a couple of things. So there are some snowy mountains in the background. Apparently this AT-80 lives footprints in the snow, which is awesome. There's a couple of things over here to the left, which I can't really identify. Then, right here behind it, there is a big ring of, I guess, studs that you can collect, which is money, which is the currency. So that's interesting. Maybe you can do some sort of loop there. So yeah, the spaceship shoots the AT-AT in the leg, and I guess it's going to fall down. No, we don't get to see that. Instead, it cuts to this scene, which is the battle between General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And there's a lot of different things here. We can see a couple of battle droids here in the background. We can see some sort of lever and buttons over here. We can see General Grievous wields all 4 of his lightsabers. There's some buttons over there. Seems like a really big area to explore. Let's keep moving forward a bit. So this is some actual lightsaber combat in the game, like gameplay. So General Grievous actually clashes his own lightsabers together, and they make a big white circle of light, and then he swings them around like crazy, while Obi-Wan is just here chilling. Alright, well, I actually also get to see some super battle droids right there to the right now, and he keeps on swinging them. Seems like he made an attack right there, but Obi-Wan is just kind of walking around him. There's also some clones right there in the background being captured by the droids, I guess. And yeah, General Grievous' eyes might be glowing here as well. Yeah, awesome. We got to see a bunch of this room actually. Then it cuts to this scene where Luke is fighting the monster at Jabba the Hutt's place, I guess. So we can see the little green guys that you had to feed them with in the complete saga. The green guy is running away here, and we can see a chain is attached to this monster, but it doesn't seem like it's stuck anywhere. Seems like it's breaking loose right here actually. Luke is holding in a giant bone. There is some sort of studs right here on the floor. There's a boulder here, and there seems to be some sort of Lego boulder right there as well. So yeah, the monster attacks Luke. No, it grabs him. The little green guy runs away. He has a axe in his hand, it seems like, yes. And he wears some sort of brown clothes. Then the monster just picks up Luke, still with a chain on his hand, and kind of swings him around. I guess, yeah, Luke is doing something here as well. He's like, oh, as we can tell by his facial expression. Then it just cuts to this scene of Mace Windu walking around in the hub, I suppose, on this, or in this game, the game hub, which I guess is the replacement of the cafetina. Is it called a cafetina? I don't know. Mos Eisley's yeah, you get it. We can see some sort of green creature back there. There's some other guy here repairing this with some sort of screwdriver or something. I don't know who this guy is, but this is a guy. Then there is another person. And there's a lot of neon signs all over the place. And it seems like it's a really big area to explore as well. The purple lightsaber looks absolutely awesome. It reflects in his Lego face. There's a big Lego hologram here actually, and there seems to be a stormtrooper or a clone right there. I can't really tell, but either one. I think it's a clone. That would make more sense, I suppose. Probably a lot of stuff here that is a bunch of Easter eggs. There's some text there on a spinning wheel. There's another sign here. Bunch of neon signs. Alright, then it cuts to this one, which is Finn and that Asian girl that no one really liked from whatever episode that was, I think. There's some stormtroopers in the background. They are stealing this machine, which I'm not going to name because I don't know the name. And yeah, it's burning all around them. looking pretty nice. A lot of the stuff here is built out of Lego, so I guess you can destroy everything built out of Lego. Or at least interact with everything built out of Lego. That would make sense. Yeah, not that much else to say. Then it switches to the space again, and we get this blue light and a new text saying in a galaxy far, far away, and 4 dots. Kind of interesting that they used 4 dots right there at the end. Usually you only use like 3, at least in my experience, but they used 4. Very interesting. And there's a bunch of stars. Not that much to say about this scene actually, it's just a text. And just as like the last one, this one keeps expanding. Bam 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 bam, just a bunch of frames here with text that isn't really that interesting. Yeah, the light definitely starts to fade away here. It definitely gets a lot darker and not as bluish. Yeah, so the light actually disappears during this second text. We actually don't really see any blue light here. Then it cuts to this one, to this X-wing, I guess, with orange wings. And it also has these purple like booster things or fires coming out, thrusters. There's a bunch of those rings that we saw earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4 rings as far as I can tell, and maybe one back there as well. That's 5 with studs that you can collect, which is awesome. There's a bunch of TIE fighters here and some other X-wings. So let's see what happens here if we skip through. I guess you can see an R2 unit sitting on the top of the spacecraft as well. Alright, so I think it just revealed a bunch of more rings right there, like 1, 2, at least 2 more rings there. There's some laser shots going on. That thing just exploded. Did he shoot it? I think, yeah. The player shot that TIE fighter and it exploded in a huge explosion, which looks awesome. It will be very satisfying to destroy things when they emit that kind of explosion when they are destroyed. Definitely very, very cool. So let's keep moving ahead right here. He gets a stud right there. Let's see where the stud is collected. Is it just going to move towards the player? The stud just disappeared. I have no idea where the stud went. There seems to be some sort of... Is that the sky in the background? Yeah, it looks kind of sick, the sky actually. Seems like it's cloudy with like some sort of stream of light coming through. There's something blue right there. Might be like a collectible or something, who knows. Now it cuts to this scene with R2 sitting on a spaceship, almost dropping his head. And he's just shaking up and down, I guess. I guess it's a bumpy ride here or something. Actually, it seems like he's about to disappear from the... There's a weird line coming here. I was going to say that he attached himself to the spaceship, but then it just disappears in this next frame, so I don't really know what that is supposed to resemble. Then there is some lightnings coming out of his feet, I think. Or perhaps from the spaceship, I don't know. He almost drops his head again. It's almost detached at this point. Actually, it's basically detached. You can see some sort of planet in the background, and there is blue light coming out of the spaceship. And then he lands back on, and his head gets attached again. Very cool, very nice. Then we see the Millennium Falcon and 2 Star Destroyers, I believe they are called. They actually do not seem to be made out of Lego, or if they are, I don't think they are actually. So the Star Destroyers don't seem to be made out of actual Lego. Then we have a few TIE fighters, and everyone is just firing at each other, a bunch of lasers. And they just missed the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon hit something and it exploded. Very interesting. A TIE fighter passes the camera right here, and we can see another one of those rings back there. So I guess this is pure gameplay as well. As you can see, the ring with the studs back there. Interesting, interesting. And we can even see a text appearing after he destroys that TIE fighter saying 250. I wonder what that means, 250. It only stays there for a couple of frames, so we don't actually get to get a good look at it. I don't know if that's part of the game, if that's going to be still in the game, or if it's just a mistake during this trailer. But it might be like destroy 250 of the TIE fighters for an achievement or something. Actually, something did appear right there, so that might be a collectible for destroying 250 of them. Very interesting. We can see 2 planets here, or moons, probably, to this planet. Then we can see 2 more rings. So you can see 3 rings right here that you can collect studs from. Then it cuts to this scene of Han Solo driving the Millennium Falcon. And C3po right next to him. And we also see Leia in the background. And Han Solo is saying something. There's a couple of red lights shining and reflecting on top to their bodies. We can see right here that he has some sort of pattern on the side of his body, and it also seems like Chewbacca also has that. Now a lot isn't happening. There is something going on with the shadows. Chewbacca is about to hit C3po because I've seen it in the trailer in real time. So C3po is like, bro, what's going on? Then Chewbacca hits him. When does he hit him? Alright, so I guess he hits him with his left hand, and it just passes through in 1 frame really quickly, and it makes C3po's head spin around and also spark a bit. Very interesting. Leia is just in the back looking really sad, and Han Solo is just surprised. Now Leia is like also surprised. Not a lot happening here. His head keeps spinning around, and there is some lightnings. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. Now it's falling up and down. Actually, he has completely fell over. His head might have been broken. I don't know. He just completely fell over. C3po is not visible on the screen anymore. And yeah, they are all looking. I mean, Han Solo is now turning his eyes to Chewbacca and being like, bro, what did you just do? And Leia is looking at C3po on the floor, kinda sad. And Chewie also looks really sad looking at C3po. Like he regretted what he did. Alright, there is some sort of like blue button here. I don't know. It's a different Millennium Falcon from the one we saw back when Lando drove it, because that had a lot of more red buttons all over the place. This one does not have that many red buttons, which makes sense because it's been a couple of years between the 2 scenes. We can see Han Solo's chin here. It kind of looks like the beard, as I said right from the beginning. And now he's speaking again. There's a couple of different facial, like different mouths, I guess. Now C3po appears behind the chair, or whatever that is. I guess he might have been standing right next to them. Instead, there isn't really a chair there, but now he appears behind this object that we see. And then it cuts to a close-up to Chewbacca, and we can see outside of the Millennium Falcon, and we can also see the control board right here, which is pretty nice. He's just like, or whatever he sounds like, you know. That was a really bad imitation, man. Very low effort as well. Then it cuts to this scene, which clearly shows that it's made out of Lego, and you can even see, I think you can see the Lego text on some of these studs right here. Lego, yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it. And it's in hyperspeed or hyperspace or whatever it's called. Then it just flies through it, man. And it's all blue and crazy. A wormhole in time. yeah, it looks crazy, man. Then it just flashes white, and then the screen turns black, and we get this blue light, and it says the entire saga. Very cool, epic text again, and this text also just keeps on expanding. Will the blue light fade away before it cuts away? I don't think the blue light will fade away this time, because it's a pretty short text, so they might not keep it there for as long as the other one. But the blue light is about to fade away right now. The blue light actually faded away. It's basically none of it left. Now it's, yeah. Okay, so the blue light actually faded away this time. That's not what I thought would happen. Then it cuts to this scene between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fighting, and there is some sort of beams right here in the background, purple beams. There's some sort of boxes right there that you can break. There's also some sort of thing down there. I guess you could play on both of these two levels. And yeah, let's look at the fight more closely. There's some dust coming around when they're jumping around. Dust is flowing here. As you can see, there's a lot of dust while they fight. Obi-Wan is doing some sort of spin attack right there. He's like jumping around and spinning. For some reason it's loading way too long right there. Alright, he's doing some sort of spin attack. Why is it loading, man? I'm literally loading one frame at a time. It shouldn't take this long to load. That's dumb, man. What is going on? Are we just going to have to wait for this to load now? This is going to be an awkward moment. I'm literally loading one frame at a time. Why does it have to load for 5 hours to load one frame? Alright, whatever. We're just going to pretend that doesn't exist. I guess we can't. I really don't know how to solve this. I guess we're going to have to play it. Oh no, that was... Okay. Now we completely lost where we were. Alright. Let's go. So, we are at this exact scene. Let's skip back a bunch of frames. And now we're back where we were. Alright. Frame by frame. We cannot skip any frames here. That would make the entire point of this video completely useless. Alright, so now he's doing the spin attack. Bam. Darth Maul, he's just like standing there. Darth Maul. I don't really know what's going on between these two frames. I guess Obi-Wan got hit. Yeah, he did. And now he's flying back. He's kind of screaming actually, or maybe he's doing a backflip, so maybe he actually dodged it. Darth Maul is spinning his double lightsaber as a shield. It looks really nice, and this is actually like gameplay. And Obi-Wan keeps sliding back with his lightsaber. Actually, we have been analyzing this frame by frame, and it still looks very good. So props to the team for not making like any mistakes at all. Alright, so now you're riding on some sort of animal as Finn. And there is studs right here. There's some spacecrafts. You're on a spacecraft as well. Some lightnings are coming from the sky or from the something. I don't know, there's a lot of Star Destroyers in the air. Is this the final movie? I think this is the final movie. A big explosion occurred right in front of him. Very interesting. I don't know how much to say about this, but he's riding on that creature under Finn. Then we have this scene, which many people say is Yaddle. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a different Jedi, which is the same race as Yoda, but this Jedi has hair. So I guess that's kind of cool. I recognize this map from Star Wars Battlefront 2. We can see some sort of boxes right here. And there also seems to be some sort of boxes right there made of Legos. So I guess you can interact with those as well. Up there, it seems like there's some sort of bushes or something that you can break made out of Lego. Now he's blinking. Now he's opened his eyes again. Yeah, up there seems to be something made out of Lego as well. Something pink up there. Not quite sure what that pink part is. Something is appearing right here. Is that an animal? I think that's an animal. No, never mind. It's some sort of... yeah, it's a sandcastle or something. So you could probably build a sandcastle right there to obtain something. Or just maybe it's just there for fun. I don't know. And you can also see some studs right here in the background, I just realized. And a boulder right there. Then it cuts to this scene where C3po is riding on this creature. We can see a bunch of characters in the back. And a few little Lego like stands that you can probably break. And there's a big spaceship here out of Lego as well. It's looking really good. We got the sun, we got the shadows, we got C3po's eyes glowing. It's looking like he's made out of gold. I don't know, man. This is just like a king riding on something on his way to his kingdom or something. I don't know. Here we have more boxes made out of Lego, and here's another box made out of Lego. Not really too interesting. That might be like some sort of barcode or something. Pretty nice. Then it cuts to this scene. We can see Lando there. I guess I don't want to... I think this is Leia, I guess. Then we have two studs right here. A few Lego stuff right here. Then we have Boba Fett's chip. And Boba Fett is shooting towards the Falcon. As I guess this is the Falcon right here to the right. Leia is shooting at Boba Fett's ship. And we can also see Lando coming into the screen right here, wearing some sort of turquoise or cyan shirt and cape. He's also holding a blaster, pointing it at someone. Then it cuts to this black screen again with the stars, and we get the blue light, and we get like never before. Very interesting text once again. Like never before. Okay. I mean, we've seen more interesting text, I guess. Alright, wait. We can't... Alright, so this time the blue light doesn't fade out. Interesting. This is the sort of stuff that we're supposed to find during a frame-by-frame analysis. No one else would have noticed that, I promise you. This is like... You wouldn't have known that the blue light here doesn't fade out this time if you didn't watch this video, so you know. This video isn't completely pointless. Then we're on this planet where the snow turns red when you like step on it. And someone is riding a spaceship right there. It might be Poe Dameron, or maybe just some random ass guy. And there's some another spaceship right there with some other dude also just like riding the snow for some reason. I don't really know why they have that thing there. Then there's this line, this rope. And there's this ginger dude who's just like screaming and like skiing on the floor without any skis, I guess. And now he's going to be like hello to that guy. Not that much to say about this. I guess you can ride these vehicles right there, whatever they are called. I don't think you will be able to actually slide with that thing, but I guess you might be able to. But that doesn't seem that likely. It's probably just a joke for the trailer, or in a cutscene probably. Then we have this scene of Han Solo and Greedo at the cafeteria, and we can see that Greedo has the logo right here in his arm. Han Solo's gun is a bit like miscolored here, and his leg is also a bit miscolored. And as we can see right here, who is going to shoot first? Greedo starts to move a bit first, but Han Solo brings his gun up and he shoots one time. Bam! And it misses. Then he ducks and Greedo shoots one shot and he also misses. So from this Lego Star Wars trailer we can actually know that Han Solo is shot first, according to the Lego official gameplay trailer. Then Han Solo shoots another time, and we can also see here that he has some sort of miscolor under his arm. which looks nice, that not everything is completely clean and nice. Is he actually shooting 2 times? He shot once. He shot twice. I think he shoots 2 times right there. Then it cuts to this scene. We can see a droideka rolling away right here. We can see a droid doing something here. We can see another battle droid doing something here. And we can see a couple of battle droids. Then we can see this massive spaceship landing while shooting at all of the droids who are trying to get away. And the droids are getting separated into multiple pieces. Green explosions. That's a new. So there's a couple of green explosions here. More shots are being fired. There's what? That's a beach ball. We literally just found a beach ball. It's literally just visible for how many frames? 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's literally visible for like 19 frames. So this guy is just like chilling here. This super battle droid is just kicking his beach ball. And I promise you wouldn't have noticed that if you didn't watch the full frame by frame analysis, or maybe like someone actually made like a video like 10 Easter eggs you missed in the trailer, and then you already knew about. Who knows, man? Who knows? All right. Then that droid explodes. The guy who was playing with the beach ball is just like, yay, with his arms. He's like T-posing. He's like Y posing because he's like shaped like an Y. Then he gets hit by the freaking spacecraft, and there's another green explosion, and the spacecraft just passes right through. Very interesting scene right there. I feel like I said interesting a lot of times in this video. Then we get Chewie and Lando in the new Falcon, I guess. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's in the old. Yeah, this might be in the old Falcon. Who knows? I don't actually know, but we can see the control board right there. And they are going in hyperspeed once again. And it's just a bunch of blue light just coming together. And then the screen just turns white. Bam! Then it fades back down to black. Are we going to get another text? I kind of feel like we're going to get a text right now. No, we're not. It's just going to be black for so many frames. Hello? Alright, then it starts to fade up again. Then it's Luke speaking to Palpatine, and there is this little we can see like there's a bit of a circle right here on his hand. I don't really know why. Maybe that's some sort of Lego thing. Kind of interesting. And there's some sort of Lego structure behind him, and he's just like speaking. Animated really nice. He puts his left hand to his chest or his heart while he speaks. The light is reflecting on his face, looking really nice as always. Then he has a little beard, which isn't a beard. He even has this little thing here right on top of his Lego here, which kind of looks like it wasn't really meant to be there, but it was made when the piece got molded or something. Which is just so interesting that they kept all of those details in the game. Yeah, he just keeps on speaking here. Not that much to say actually. It's just kind of like a close-up on Luke just speaking for a lot of time. Now I actually only have 30 seconds left of this trailer to analyze. So yeah, that's 1/5 left, I think. Yeah, it is. Alright. Then it cuts to Palpatine. And Palpatine, he's like laughing here. His eyes are also glowing kind of. He's looking pretty nice. There's some sort of control board here. There's a couple of lights there, and back here you can see the stars. Yeah, he's just like speaking. Then he reaches behind his back with both of his hands while he's speaking. If you've seen the trailer, you know what's going to happen right now. And then he is going to do it. Then he pulls 2. Alright, he looks really mad right now. Like he's about to pull out like something very terrifying. Alright, he takes a step forward. And he says something again. And he looks really mad. And his cape is swinging in the air. Now he straightens his back, fixes posture check. Am I right? Actually, what is he doing? His posture actually got a bit worse, I think. Alright, now in this frame, wait. Alright, so this frame, bam. Now the lightnings just appear, as we can see right here behind his hand, and also right here between his legs. So this frame does not have a lightning here or a lightning in his hand, but this next frame that suddenly appears, as you can see right there. So let's just move on. You can even see, yeah, now we can see him remove them from the back. Bam, bam, bam. Pull them from up front. They are really blurry while they move. Basically, one frame where it's blurry, then it's clear, blurry, clear. We have had this pattern for the whole freaking trailer. And they are a bit transparent, as you can see. We can still see his eyes through them. And obviously this looks really lame. But those are the Lego lightnings. Like, that's how Lego makes lightnings for characters to hold. Then Luke is like a bruh down here. We can see this big window right there. That's actually made out of Lego, it seems like. And then there's some sort of control board right here. Yeah, actually, you can see some sort of studs here. Actually, this whole wall is made out of Lego. Very cool. Let's keep our eyes on Palpatine now. The lightnings are kind of wobbling back and forth in his hands. Not that much is happening here. Then he decides to take his left hand back up and throw the left lightning. And it takes some time. Luke follows it with his eyes. He's actually a bit too fast with his head. Yeah, wait, he actually lifts his head up right here. So he's looking too far down here, but then he takes his head up a bit. Then it bounces on the floor a couple of times. Luke takes his head down even more. And then the lightning finally lands on the floor. Now it's completely still. There is something weird going on back here at his feet. If we keep looking at his feet, bam, you can see this light just kind of moving back and forth, and I move the frames ahead, which looks kind of weird. I don't really know why that is happening. Then it cuts to a close-up to Palpatine, or close-up of Palpatine, and he's just kind of blinking and being like, ugh. And I think you can see some sort of stuff here on his hand. Not really that interesting, to be honest. Then he kind of leans back, and what does he do now? Does he throw away the other one? Yeah, he looks kind of mad. So yeah, he stomps with his right. Alright, so here he throws the other lightning behind him, and then the next frame it just disappears. I guess it's falling behind him. Wait, something is appearing right there. There's like a gray box appearing right there for one frame only. Bam. One frame only, there's a gray box there. Pretty interesting. I guess that's a mistake, I don't know. Then lightning appears on his hands, and it just looks awesome. Bunch of particles. Whoa, this frame looks sick. That frame looked sick. This one as well. Alright, so the lightning just starts coming out of his hands. Then we get cut to this scene, which I guess is direct gameplay after the cutscene. So this is a whole cutscene. Bam. Now it's the cutscene. This is like cutscene and gameplay at the same time, because now the camera is zooming out from him, and we get to play as Luke. And this actually has some sort of this stuff that you can pull down with blasters, I think. So you might be able to collapse this whole platform that is on by dragging those with like blasters, or dragging them in some other way. But yeah, now the player gets control of Luke again. At some point right here. I don't think we get to see it actually, but yeah, Luke is blocking the lightning with his lightsaber, which looks awesome. Not that much else to say actually. There it flashes. Oh yeah, there's a big flash in light right there, and the screen turns completely white, which I guess is when the gameplay starts for the character. Then it fades out. Wait, whoa. Alright, we're getting to the end right now. That was the end of the trailer. So the light gets smaller and smaller, and then the Lego logo starts appearing right here, and the Star Wars text, but you can't really see it because it's too light. Then it just turns into a blue light in the background. Lego Star Wars appears, Lego Star Wars trademarked. This just appears for a couple of frames. Is the blue light in the back going to fade out? It seems like some sort of the light in the background is actually getting smaller. And then this text starts appearing right here. It's actually very subtle. I basically didn't notice. Whatever. The Skywalker Saga appears right below it. So Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which is the title of the game, of course. So yeah, that text is appearing right now. Not that much to say about it, to be completely honest. It's a now wait, actually the blue light disappeared. I didn't realize, but at some point the blue light here disappeared from the middle, and I guess there is a new blue light here. I don't really know when that appeared either, but that appeared here somewhere. You might have noticed it while watching me press this button. It seems like the text is getting closer and closer to the camera by each frame, but just a tiny bit. Barely noticeable. And the blue light by the S is actually kind of dying out. It's not that bright anymore. The text just gets closer and closer, and I think the light keeps dying out more and more. I don't know for how many seconds this is going to last, but really there's not a lot going on right now in the trailer. So I'm just going to spam this frame button right here. Yeah, it's just getting a tiny bit bigger. Now the light is completely gone by the S as well. Then bam! Next frame it just cuts to this scene where we get to see the cover or the boxes, cartridge, I don't know, whatever. The boxes for the different console games. So we get the Nintendo Switch, and we get the PS4 cover, and we get the PS5 cover and the Xbox cover. And they are basically all the same. The Xbox One has Xbox Series X here, and it also has this probably is on all of them, the 4K Ultra HD and stuff. And we can even see the sides, which looks awesome. Then they also say that it's going to be released in spring 2020. Then there's a bunch of logos here: Lucasfilm, TT Games, Warner Bros, Lego Games, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS5 and PS4, and Nintendo Switch. And let's just read all of this text as well. Rating pending, so it hasn't been rated yet. And Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga software 2020 TT Games Ltd. Produced by TT Games under license from the Lego Group. Lego, the Lego logo, the brick and the knob configurations, and the minifigure are trademarks and or copyrights of the Lego Group. 2020 the Lego Group. Star Wars copyright and trademark Lucasfilm Ltd. All rights reserved. PlayStation Family Mark. PlayStation, PS4 and PS5 are registered trademarks or trademarks of Sony Interactive Entertainment Inc. Copyright 2020 Nintendo. All other trademarks and copyrights are the property of their respective owners. All rights reserved. Then it says Warner Brothers Games something right there that I can't really read because this red bar is in the way. But I bet it's not that interesting. Let's just move the last frames. Is the light behind the games going to disappear? Seems like it's kind of fading away. It was like kind of like a blue light, but now it's kind of disappearing. So interesting enough, it seems like if you buy the Nintendo Switch version, you get a bit of a taller one, but it's actually not as wide. So I don't really know how the artwork is going to look on that compared to the other ones. And yeah, we're really getting towards the end right here. I get if someone watched the full video and they're at this part right now and they leave, I wouldn't blame them, but you know, you're this close to just watching the full video. So let's just watch the last 7 seconds of I guess this screen right here, because I don't think this is going to change. But we have to analyze it frame by frame, that's the whole point. 6 seconds left. Well, the cover art, that looks epic. That's one thing, that's for sure. Now it's just 5 seconds left. And at this point, well, when did that appear? It literally appeared. Oh wait, okay, we can pinpoint it. Bam, bam, bam. There it is. See, I can literally control when that appears. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, whatever. But that's just what IGN put on their channel, so that's not actually something that's on each trailer, because I'm watching this on the IGN YouTube channel, and obviously a lot of different YouTube channels uploaded this trailer, which means that end screen might come at some other time if you're watching some other trailer. So that's not really part of the trailer, to be honest. 3 seconds left of, I guess, just this screen until the analysis is completely done. So I guess leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notification bell if you're new. But literally, who would watch this video? I don't know why I made this. I really hope you enjoy though. Frame by frame analysis. Can't wait to end this video. It's just 1 more second now. That's 60 presses on this button for me. Then we can end the video. We have to do it. Are you guys ready? Goodbye. Thanks for watching, and come on. There. No, wait. There's a couple more frames. Ah, okay. Now it's done. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.